Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 78 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Crunch time, defense. Watch the air.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Check 26, check 26, 25, check
third down. Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
You draw Porter. Hey, Charlie.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They find some open field here. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It was Anthony Averett who got him down. They'll throw again. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Cousins again.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. 3rd and goal for Cousins. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation. 6 defensive backs on the field. So he's looking for anyone to throw the football to. But he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it. But he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
No.
That's it. Set, Mike.
From the gun, Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Silver. Mike 54. Hey, come on now. Right there. 54. Right there.
To throw again. Fields. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Now Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
10. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the Lions, 1st down.
Ready? 4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Not here. Watch twins.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check it back. Check it back.
Johnson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Alert 3. Don't change. Go.
To throw on second down. Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Right there. 54 miles. Come on. Out. 36. 6 guys. Go.
One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm on.
Mike's 5-4.
Throwing on third and long. Fields under pressure again, and down he goes again. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Check. Black. Hey, seam 6.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins completes it to Davis. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Switch.
Third and 2.
General West. Lane 50.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Use the mic. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. First. Check. Gun.
52's the mic.
Alpha.
52's the mic.
On first and 10, Cousins. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Watch Mike. Got 382, lane 50.
To the air again, it's Cousins. This one caught by Davis. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Black.
Let's go.
Gun.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Third and short yardage. Cousins uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. They will find Davis. That's complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, check, Mike 21. Zebra. I know he ain't got it.
Again, it's Cousins. It's caught by Davis. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
We just saw an example of what we talk about all the time when we meet with coaches. They want that hidden yardage to come to the front when they throw the football. Throw it, catch it, and then pick up more yardage after the catch.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Working out of the gun. Cousins looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Brandon, it's not a bad time to take a shot downfield. You've got a 1st and 5, but you've got to hope that the worst thing that comes out of it is an incompletion. Instead, this is good coverage, and it winds up being intercepted.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Second and 3. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Fields. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here I come. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check. 54.
The final shot before break. Fields throwing deep for Galladay. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. The 20. It's a big one there for the Vikings.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Fields. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at the 23. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Switch it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Hey, we're good.
Now Cousins. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Listen to me.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on, and Remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Sam Martin now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 33. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
54 Mike. I'm coming. Shit! Watch the shit! Check.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, watch this, watch this.
Check 52. Wait.
Running from the gun, Johnson. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Come up the ball.
Brings up 2nd.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
54, right there, right there. 54, Mike.
From the gun, Fields. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw is Cousins. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Sponge. No.
Check 4, check
3rd and long for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 88 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, And a pretty good arm there, too.
All day. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offense.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
We ain't giving up nothing.
On 4th down, Fields. And this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Ready? Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that yo.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 48. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
We want it. Come to my world.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check one. Check 49.
Throwing here, Cousins. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Get him on. Rest. Go. Staying open.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Rabbit. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Watch the run. Fast.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Watch the slant. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Too little, cupcake.
Right there, 54, right there.
That's it. Don't get nervous.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 42. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory.